Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Laura and Antonio's Virtual Jazz Club. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We've really been looking forward to this night for a very long time. We've got a special guest joining us. She'll be joining us after we play our first tune, and so I'm going to introduce her then, but we are so excited to share this with you tonight. You are really in for a treat. Thank you all for being here, and welcome to any new listeners that we might have out there tonight. We've been doing these concerts every night at 8:30 p.m., and we did our first concert on March 16th, and we have not missed a night. Yeah.
Nice.
We are approaching 90 consecutive nights now. This is the middle of week number 13, lucky 13. So we thank all of you for being along on the journey with us, and we extend a warm welcome to all our new listeners out there tonight. And as always, we'd like to say thank you, a huge thank you to all of our patrons who have made this virtual jazz club a dream come true for us. We've appreciated all of your support so much. If you'd like to become a patron of our jazz club, please click on the link right in the video. It will take you directly to the music/store page of my website. If you're watching on YouTube and you don't see the link, you can just click on the arrow underneath the video and that'll bring up more information, and that's where you should find the link. If you're not watching on a touchscreen device, you can simply go to lauradubin.com and then click on that music/store page. And when you get there, you will find 3 ways that you can make a contribution. And the first way is
Purchase our albums.
The second is
Make a one-time donation.
And the third option is
Become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz.
And if you'd like to make a contribution but you prefer not to do it online, you can send me a Facebook message or email me through the contact form on my website, and we can talk about another method.
And we always respect the privacy of our donors.
As always, feel free to leave us a comment and say hello. Let us know where you're watching from, and we hope that you'll introduce yourself if you're here for the first time. Normally, we read through the comments once in the middle of the show and then again at the end. Tonight, we are only going to read through them at the end of the performance, simply because we're going to have a lot of different technological devices running at the same time, and we just want to avoid any potential issues with that. We don't expect to have any, but just for safety's sake, we are going to read through all the comments at the end. So we hope you will stick with us till then and say hello, and we will say hello back to you then.
So excited about tonight.
Yeah. So we are going to start off with a very classic jazz standard by Victor Young, and this is called Stella by Starlight. called Stella by Starlight by Victor Young. All right, we are so excited to introduce our special guest tonight. We have my best friend from college, Cecille Elliott, joining us from Portland, Oregon. And Cecille is not only one of my best friends in the world, but she is one of the most talented people that I've ever met. She is just an all-around amazing musician. She sings, she plays the violin, she plays viola, she writes her own songs, plays guitar, piano, and she's an amazing visual artist. And tonight she is going to be lending her beautiful voice, her singing voice, and her visual art into our program tonight. So we are going to give her a call right now. There we go. Hey, Cecille! Getting you on. I'm going to put you on full screen here now in just a second.
Yeah, Cecille!
Oh my gosh. It's happening.
Yeah, and thank you to our audience for bearing with me just for a second. I'm waiting for that green button. There we go. The full screen button. So everybody meet Cecille! Yay! I can imagine everybody out there clapping for you.
It's great to have you here, Cecille.
Yeah.
Thank you.
By the way, can you hear your voice okay?
I'm so honored to have been asked. I mean, we talked about this way back in April or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was maybe at the beginning of this whole pandemic.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, there we go.
And here we are.
Yeah, finally making it happen. We are so excited. I just want to ask you, can you hear yourself okay on your end, like listening through Facebook right now?
I can. I have the feed going, but since there's a delay, I'm really paying attention to you through my phone, though.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure that you could hear yourself okay. That means that our audience can hear you speaking.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Perfect. Awesome. So Cecille is an amazing artist, and Cecille and I were actually roommates in college. We became fast friends when we were in the Gold Company program together at Western Michigan University. And that was a vocal jazz group, and Cecille was singing in the group, and I was playing piano, and we pretty much became best friends immediately, and eventually we became roommates the next year. And I remember when we became roommates, that was, I think, the first time I saw your artwork, your drawings, and that was when I discovered you're not only an amazing musician, but an amazing artist as well. So we're so excited to have you here drawing with our music.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy to think that we've known each other, I think 12 years at this point.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been that long. And yeah, and I've been doing a lot of visual art lately, but it's really fun to get a chance to do it like this. I've done it where I have headphones in my ears and I'm just listening to music and drawing, but never like with a live performance. This is so cool.
Nice, that's awesome. And we feel that. I think the kind of artwork you do is very spontaneous, just like jazz improvisation. So I think it's going to be a good combination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's true. It's funny that we're doing this with jazz because it is really improvisatory. Like I have no idea what is about to come out. Not a clue.
That's awesome. Neither do we. On our end or yours. So the tune that we're about to play is called Dat Dare, and it was composed by the pianist Bobby Timmons, and he wrote this tune when he played with the group Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers in the 1950s, and they were one of the foremost jazz groups on the scene for many decades, and Antonio and I love to play this tune because it's just so swinging, and I thought it would just be like a really fun kind of swinging tune to start this collaboration with.
Awesome.
So we are going to get started. I'm just going to mute my screen here, but your beautiful face is up here on our projector screen, so everybody can see you now.
Too much. Here we go. I'm setting you up here.
Perfect.
Boom. There we go.
All right.
Ready?
Now we can see the art. Perfect. And then we will talk again after the piece.
Awesome.
All right. Hope you all enjoy Dat Dare by Bobby Timmons. Okay. Perfect. called Dat Dare by Bobby Timmons. And Cecile, I'm going to put you back on here now. Oh, I love that. That's so beautiful. It was so fun. I kept like looking up every couple of seconds while we were playing and seeing you up there drawing, and I was just like, it just seemed so spontaneous and so cool to have that here in the room with us.
It really felt like I was going like that there, that there, that there, that there. That's just how it felt as I was doing it.
That's so perfect. I think like the vocal version of that song, the vocalese version, is supposed to sound kind of like a baby talking, and the lyrics are like, what, dat dare, dat dare, dat dare. I love it. So Cecile, when did you start drawing artwork like you do now? Have you kind of been doing it your whole life?
Like the designs I've been doing lately, like the ones that were posted on Facebook, though, this kind of free form style, I mean, I guess I've always kind of done a form of it, whether or not it was like drawing on my arms or
nice. I love that.
A pen that I had nearby, I would just draw doodles.
Yeah.
And I would do it again when I was a kid. But this kind of consistency of this style, I've been doing since, it's been a couple years now. But these like, I don't know if you can see this this one behind me of the ones that were on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Those have really been almost a year that I've been doing them.
Nice.
And I'm probably thinking the next tune I'm going to be starting with one of those.
Very cool.
And I'll kind of let the colors of the song inform the colors of what comes out from that one.
So the next tune we're going to play is a kind of a nice, beautiful waltz, and I think you might find your hand moving along in kind of a nice, I don't know, waltzy 3/4 kind of way. So this piece, I want to make sure I pronounce the composer's name correctly. It's a beautiful waltz called Some Time Ago, and this is by an Argentinian pianist named Sergio Mijanovic. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. When I looked him up, I couldn't find a whole lot of information about him other than that this composition is like a kind of one of his famous compositions that he wrote that a lot of jazz musicians recorded. And I would like to know more about him. He seems like he must have been just a great pianist based on this beautiful composition he wrote. He certainly left a little bit of a legacy, if only with this piece. And hope you all enjoy. This is called Some Time Ago. That was called Some Time Ago by Sergio Mihanovic. And that is so lovely. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Wow.
That looks like a jazz waltz, I think.
I'm gonna have to make them a little bit smaller so I can, because these usually take me a really, really long time to finish.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna have to make them a little bit smaller so that I can get more of the spaces colored in.
Oh, I love it. It's so gorgeous. I would love a framed copy of all of these.
I'll have to go through, I'll rewatch again and I will figure out what all the song titles are, and I'll write the song titles underneath each one.
Oh, nice.
So
I'll send them to you
can keep
afterward
track of
too. That way you don't have to go through that again. But I'll send you all those later today. Nice.
Awesome.
I love it. So we've got something. Thank you. Really special coming up. Well, this whole thing is special. So Cecille is an amazing singer, and as I mentioned, that is how we met, because we were both in a vocal jazz group called Gold Company, where Cecille was singing in the group and I was playing piano. And from the moment I first heard you sing, I just like fell in love with your voice. Like, oh my gosh. So our wedding in 2014, one of the literally best parts of our wedding, I think, aside from us actually getting married, was Cecille singing a beautiful song.
Oh my gosh, Laura, you and Antonio getting married was the best part of your wedding.
But definitely, your singing was something
It was
really
a highlight
special.
for us.
Yes, thank you, Cecile,
Yeah.
again for doing that.
It
It was
I
amazing.
loved doing it, and it was. Oh, I think that might have been actually the last time we saw each other in person too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
think so.
was.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? This
It's
time
really
has gone by fast, but I miss you so much, because we used to see each other literally every day in college, and
Yeah.
it's been like weird adapting to literally living in 2 different time zones now. Cecile's literally talking to us from the other side of the country. We are on the east coast, and she's out on the west coast, or it's officially called the Northwest where you live, right, in Portland.
Yeah, but West Coast.
Either way.
That's West Coast.
Sometimes we text each other in the middle of the night, and it's tomorrow where I am, and it's still the previous day where you are. It's always fun. But at our wedding, Cecille sang a beautiful song called That's All. It was actually part of our wedding ceremony. I think it was actually just before we said our vows to each other. And it was just so gorgeous. And the only thing that we wished is that we could have actually played it with her. But since we were like in the middle of standing at the altar getting married,
Exactly.
she had a different accompanist. But now we are so excited to perform this song together. And we chose this song for our wedding because I just think the lyrics are just so heartfelt and simple, and just really capture like the essence of what love is. And so we're excited to have you all hear Cecille singing this song called That's All.
I'm just gonna, you're gonna mute the computer.
Oh.
I mean, not mute it, but the video.
Yeah, we're just changing some tech stuff here. Should I mute this now, or just...
No, that's it. That's all. Oh, that's all. No, no mute, because...
Oh, there
you go.
Okay. Actually, can we still hear you, Cecille, in our speaker?
I can still hear you.
Oh, okay. I can't hear you talking anymore, but you're here.
You can hear the her in your headphones.
Oh, perfect. There we go. And our audience gets to see our cool new tech setup for this. Okay, there we go. All right. I am going to queue up your video here. I'm just going to minimize this, but I've still got you on the call. And here you come in another dimension.
Yeah.
I apologize to our listeners out there. I neglected to press one little button here.
Yeah, mute the call. The call, not the computer.
Right.
Or actually cancel the call. Better cancel the call. Tell Cecille that we will.
There's a mute button right here.
Mute it. Yeah, mute that.
There we go. All right, sorry about that to our listeners. Take 2.
I still listen.
Still?
I still listen.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll end it. Cecille, I'm just gonna end the call just for now, but I will call back right after the song.
I really need to listen to the clip. Perfect. All right. Perfect. There we go. Let's stop. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Sorry about that.
First time for everything, right? After this, it'll be smooth sailing.
I can only give you love that lasts forever, and the promise to be near each time you call, and the only heart I own for you and you alone. That's all. That's all. I can only give you country walks in springtime, and a hand to hold when leaves begin to fall, and a love whose burning light will warm the winter night. That's all. That's all. There are those, I am sure, who have told you they would give you the world for a toy, and all I have are these arms to enfold you.
Wasn't that just the most gorgeous singing you've ever heard? That was called That's All. But that is not all the music for tonight. I am going to call Cecille back right now. Here we go. There we go.
Let me know if you listen, okay?
Perfect. You're back!
Yay!
Hey!
We did it!
What a beautiful, beautiful performance.
Again.
Oh, do you want me to lower this a little bit?
it's
Okay, perfect. Sorry that I had to hang up on you before. I thought that I had the FaceTime muted, but apparently it was not. So again, we apologize.
Oh my gosh,
for
no,
that.
not at all. Like, technology, it's a thing right now.
It sure is.
We're all figuring it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But we just did something amazing, being able to play along with a video that you had sent us, and it was just so gorgeous. And Tony and I, when we listened to it for the first time, and still every time we were playing along with it, we were just like crying at how beautiful it was, and it was also bringing back memories of our wedding. And just thank you so much for that, for your beautiful voice and your gift.
Laura, thank you for having me, and thank you, Antonio, for having me. I still remember meeting you, Antonio. I met you in Kalamazoo.
That's right.
Yes, in
It was
the Union.
amazing.
Yeah, it was at the Union.
Yeah, I think I was living in Ann Arbor at the time, but I came to Kalamazoo to see you guys. And I remember just like I met you, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this human is amazing!" And it was shortly after that I think you guys got engaged.
You know what? That trip to Kalamazoo was when we recorded our first album in Kalamazoo, and then we
Yes.
did
Was
get
it really?
yeah, and yes, we got engaged like a month and a half after that.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, you were recording it. You were. Wow.
Time flies,
Your memory is
right?
better than mine.
yeah,
Yeah.
2013.
That was 2013.
Yeah.
So for our listeners out there, we got 7 albums now. That was the first of 7, and we are
Exactly.
wrapping up number 8 now. We're gonna have news about that very, very, very soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the next like week or so. But yeah, now thinking about that, and I remember that trip so vividly now. That was so wonderful seeing you there at the Union, and I think you actually you made that trip to Kalamazoo to see our performance that night, and we appreciated that
I
so
did.
much. It was so sweet of you, like truly. Oh my god.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah, we were so glad to see you.
Yeah, it was great to meet you and to know a lot of stories that Laura shared with me about in the time when you were in college together, and it's amazing to have you with us tonight. Thank you, Cecile. Thank you so much.
Guys.
So I want to ask you to I know there's kind of a connection between you and Bach and your name. Can you tell us that story a little bit? Because it's going to be kind of a segue into our next piece
Oh
here.
my gosh, you're hilarious. Yes. Well, I was born on Bach's birthday, and my parents decided to name me Cecile for Saint Cecilia, the patron saint of music.
Nice.
And since I was born on Bach's birthday, and then if I'm remembering, and then all of my sisters and I, we all have French names. So I think that's why I'm Cecile instead of Cecilia.
I love it. Well, I love both names. By the way, for our audience out there, Cecile comes from an extremely musical family. Both her parents are amazing musicians, and all her sisters are musicians as well. So growing up with all that music around, I just love thinking about that. And by the way, we'd like to say hello. I think you have some family watching tonight. So hello to everybody out there
parents might
joining
be
us.
watching. If they're out there, hi, Mom.
Yay! Hi! Thank you so much for being here. So, since you're here with us tonight, and I knew that you had that connection with Bach and Saint Cecilia, we wanted to play a Bach piece next. So this is this is an arrangement of one of Bach's preludes from the Well-Tempered Clavier, which is a collection of keyboard music that he wrote in all 12 major keys and all 12 minor keys. He wrote a prelude and a fugue in each key. And this is the prelude number 3 in C-sharp major. And because we love to make pieces of music even more challenging than they already are, this arrangement is in 5/4, or at least many parts of it are in 5/4. It also kind of switches back and forth between 5/4 and 3/4. And we did perform this piece, and we performed Dat Dare in one of our earlier live stream concerts. And by the way, for our audience out there, we have not repeated any tunes other than a few special requests that we've had, which of course we were happy to honor. However, we have a lot of new listeners joining us now. In the last few weeks, we've had a lot of new people with us. So we are going to start reintroducing some of our previous pieces going forward now, this being one of them. Of course, we're always going to continue to play new music as well and keep sharing even more with you.
Yes, and this one is in our Rhapsody album.
Yes, thank you.
It's there. You can listen in there.
Yeah. All right, so this is Bach's Prelude number 3 in C sharp major. I can't wait to see what you're going to draw for this one. Yes. That was Bach's Prelude in, hang on a sec, Bach's Prelude in C sharp major, Prelude number 3 from the Well-Tempered Clavier.
Not in the whole level, just 2-3 notes.
There we go. All right, sorry about that, Cecile. It was just because I heard my own voice coming through really sharp.
I'm sorry because my phone keeps falling over.
Oh, I didn't notice.
I keep trying to. Maybe it's because you have me on mute. Thank goodness, because it keeps making a big clicking sound, and then I feel really guilty. But,
oh no, don't worry, don't worry.
Here's what it looks like.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Nice.
I kept every once in a while I was glancing up because that piece is like, it's hard to look away from the piano for too long with this kind of intricate one, but there were a couple times I looked up because I wanted to see what you were doing. I love the color choices there too.
That one actually really funny because you had started it by talking about my name, and so I just started like scribbling very loosely. Like my name has a lot of loops in it when I write in cursive.
Nice.
And so I just started going like very loosely, just drawing my name over and over.
I love that. That's so creative.
Really interesting. But since I guess we started with that, I kind of just used it as a design element.
So cool. That can be like your signature from now on. Yeah.
The whole thing with the colors, right?
Nice. It's beautiful. So before we play our last tune, just want to say thank you again to all of our listeners out there who have been making this virtual jazz club a dream come true for us. Again, this is week number 13. We are almost at 90 consecutive concerts now, and we couldn't have done it without your support. We appreciate you all so much. And if you'd like to become a patron of our virtual jazz club, you can click on the link right in the video. If you're watching on YouTube and you don't see the link, just click on the arrow underneath the video, and that's where you'll find it. Or if you're not watching on a touchscreen device right now, you can simply go to lauradubin.com and then head over to the music/store page. And when you get to that page, or when you click on the link here, you'll find 3 different ways that you can make a contribution to our jazz club. And the first is
Purchase our albums.
The second way is
Make a one-time donation.
And the third option is
Become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz.
And if you'd like to make a contribution, but you prefer not to do it online, you can send me a Facebook message, or you can contact me through the form on my website. It'll send me a direct email, and we can talk about another method.
And we always respect the privacy of our donors.
And if you have any questions about how anything works, such as the monthly subscription or anything on my website, feel free to reach out. All the transactions on my site are secure. However, I know that sometimes in this day and age, some folks prefer not to do those kind of credit card transactions online, and that's totally okay. Feel free to reach out if that's the case for you, and we can always talk about other options. And if you're not able to make a contribution right now, that's totally okay. We really appreciate you being here tonight, and your support means the world to us. And we're so glad we had a big audience here tonight. And thank you so much, Cecile. I think a lot of people are so excited to have to see you here tonight. And it's been such a pleasure doing this together. And I think this is going to be the first of many live video collaborations together with more music and art.
It's an honor, and I would love to do this again.
Oh my gosh, it's an honor for us too to have you here.
Absolutely.
It's really cool because you're almost like life-size here on our projector screen, so it really feels like you're here with us, even though you're on the other side of the country. So for our listeners out there, if you haven't left a comment yet, please leave a comment and say hello. After we play the last tune, we're going to read through the comments and say hello to everybody. And Cecile, you're totally welcome to stay here with us. I bet there are probably some comments out there for you. So you can hang out and chat with us after this last tune. Yeah.
And we can have, if Cecile wants some information, because probably some of the listeners wants to know more about Cecile. I'm not sure if you have a website or something that the people can listen in your music, Cecile. And if you want to share with us and with our people, would be nice.
Yeah,
do you have I know you have a SoundCloud page.
Yeah, I have a SoundCloud with some of my original music on there. I guess I post a lot of my artwork to my Instagram, but I don't have anything completely solid yet, which is like business 101 no, but
no, it's totally okay.
Yeah,
you have a lot going on.
Yeah, because it's kind of, it just is what it is right now. I just kind of share it with the world.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think it's the best way to do it. And I love looking at all your artwork. And actually, it was when I was looking at your Instagram page that we got the idea, like, Cecile should do some art with us here, because it's just so fun to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thanks, guys.
So we're going to finish out with a really fun little tune by Charlie Parker, and this is called My Little Suede Shoes. That was called My Little Suede Shoes by Charlie Parker. And that is all the performance for tonight, but we are going to stick around and chat with our audience for a few minutes. Oh, and can we see that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love the colors. You know what? The first time I ever heard My Little Suede Shoes was on a Charlie Parker CD. It's a compilation CD called Talkin' Bird. And the cover art looks very similar to what you just drew.
No way, are you serious?
Yeah, it looks very similar to that, and I think it's like the same color scheme. I can't remember if it was like a bird or just kind of like a free-form drawing, but those colors and that tune look like very familiar in my mind, that association.
Okay, I have to look up that album cover now. My gosh.
Talkin' Bird is actually like one of the albums that like made me love jazz. It was one of the first jazz CDs that I heard, and it was a compilation of a lot of Charlie Parker's recordings from over the years.
I'm just curious, how does Cecilia make the pattern? I mean, you first make the pattern, and then you fill up with colors?
Yeah, usually I start with like the form that I want to work within, and then I kind of and also the colors I want to work with too, because I sometimes like the colors that I start with the form. Here's one I actually made back in April. So I started with the because these ones take longer; they take a really long time. But I start with the like the pink. And then I kind of decided what colors I wanted to either like complement or not complement the pink.
It's so nice. I like the combination of colors and different shapes.
From there, and it ends up being pretty mathematical, which is very fun, and it's a little bit twisty.
Yeah.
But that's very much like my brain. So I like to think of these as being a metaphor for my brain.
Oh, I love that. That's
yeah,
beautiful.
feels like a little massage for the eyes. I don't know how.
Yeah.
No? Something. I like Cecilia.
There's something kind of like therapeutic of looking
exactly,
at them.
kind of hypnotic or something that I want to see more inside.
Absolutely. Boy, we've got a lot of comments here tonight.
Nice.
I hope they're all showing up. As always, sometimes Facebook doesn't show all the comments. So as always, I'm going to read through them again later tonight, and I'll reply to any that I might have missed. But so far, I am seeing these. I see that Jack's watching. Hey, Jack and Bonnie.
Hey.
Thanks so much for being here. And he says, congrats to all three artists. A lovely take two version of That's All. A wonderful intercontinental treat. Special kudos to IT champ Antonio for the link up. Yes, thank you for fixing that. I wasn't sure what was going on. I was like, wait a second. By the way, Antonio is not only an amazing drummer, but he's also our sound technician in chief, and I appreciate you so much for doing all this setup and everything.
I just love cables too much.
Well, if they can see our floor here, our nickname for ourselves is the Cables Couple. I see that Vita's watching. Hey, Vita, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for watching, Vita.
Yeah. Jim and Judy Henderson, thank you so much for watching. They said great performance of That's All. Thank you. Linda, hey Linda, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Linda, for watching.
She says, very nice, all three of you. Thank you. Cecile, I really want you to meet all of these people in real life. And by the way, it's so funny. We were talking on the phone like maybe a week before everything started closing. And at that time, you were talking about coming to visit us this summer. And we were talking about maybe doing a performance together, maybe doing a little backyard concert or something. And then boom, all this pandemic hit and we can't really travel at all. But hopefully, maybe
a week before it hit.
Yeah, maybe next year we can do that, and you'll meet all these listeners in real life. Yeah.
Cool.
I see Alejandro and Mary Lou are watching. Hola.
Gracias,
Thank you
ma.
for watching.
Gracias, Ale.
Yeah. I see Lynn Bielman. Hey, Lynn. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Lynn.
Says a great performance by all three of you. Thank you so much. Rosa. Hi, Rosa. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you, Rosa.
Says thank you. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Donna, hey Donna, thanks so much for watching.
Thank you, Donna.
And Donna, our friend Donna, Cecile, asked us it was like a week or two ago, she commented on our video and said, do you ever play with a singer? And I said, well, our friend is going to be doing something with us soon. And I messaged her about it today, so I'm glad that she was here tonight. Thanks so much for watching, Donna.
Yay.
Yeah, she says, thank you, Cecile. What a beautiful singing voice and a fine artist.
Yes, sure is.
Oh, thank you, Donna. Thank you.
Hey, Joni and Alicia, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Joni and Alicia.
Say beautiful artwork. Thank you. Jack says, what's the chance of the artwork being on your website, Laura? It was a little hard to see the detail in the well-lit room. Yeah, because we've got different lights and going on.
Yeah, hopefully we can.
Maybe we can.
Yeah, I'll see if maybe I can get some like photos that I can forward to you or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be great. We can post them on Facebook right here. That'll be an easy way to see them. In fact, I can maybe put them in the comments here too, and that way everybody who is watching tonight should be able to see them.
Yeah, and by the way, we will improve all these images, but it's coming. It's taking some time now because, well, a lot of situations, but it's coming. We will have much better quality of sharing the image that we have in the projector now, but we will. I don't want to say anything
Virtual Jazz Club
Exactly,
2.0 is coming this summer.
But it's coming. We're working on it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah. I see that Dave Boyer is watching. Hey, Dave. Thanks
Yeah,
for being
Dave.
here, and thanks for the plug tonight. So Cecille, Dave is also an artist here. He actually did the artwork for our Jazz Fest album. I don't know if you remember that when I had a caricature of me on the front. And
Yes.
Dave did a collaboration with us here in the beginning of when we started doing this jazz club. Hopefully we'll have him here again. So I'm introducing the two of you fellow artists right now.
Thank you, Dave.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Dave and Cindy. All right. So I know that there are a lot more comments here that I will definitely see later tonight. I'm going to pop over to YouTube as well. And of course, I'll reply to any that I miss now. And I'm really happy that everything seemed to be working. Oh, we got a lot of comments here. Sruthi! Hey, Sruthi!
Sruthi, yay!
Sruthi's watching on YouTube, and she says, "Hi, Laura, Cecile, and Antonio. What a cool
Hi,
show!"
Sruthi.
Yeah, what a cool show, and Cecile's amazing performance. What a way to relive a most beautiful memory. Oh my gosh, I agree. Yeah,
This is
That's right,
awesome.
Shruti was there.
yeah.
Yay!
I always wanted Sruthi and Cecile to meet each other, and it was so exciting when you finally met at. I think you met. It must have been our wedding when you officially met, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like
Yeah.
my two worlds finally colliding. It was just so great. Hopefully we'll all hang out again in real life someday.
Virtually, we are now.
Exactly.
We
yeah.
are now. This
It
is
feels like
amazing.
you're here.
Thank you, Sruthi, for watching.
Yeah. Frederick Bastia is watching on YouTube. Hey, Frederick.
Frederick,
Thanks
thank
so much
you,
for joining.
Frederick.
Says your usual magnificent performance was enhanced. Thanks for the extra treat of beautiful singing by your friend Cecille Elliott. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Brian, hey Brian Waldron's watching.
Yeah,
Says,
nice.
beautiful vocals. Yeah. We definitely got to do this again with more singing.
Yes, please, Cecile.
Yeah. As you can all see, there's a lot of technology involved with this, but yeah, we definitely going to do it again.
Yeah.
Sharon Townley, hey Sharon, thanks for watching. Says wonderful vocals and accompaniment. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon.
And Dylan, hey Dylan, he says hola from YouTube land. Thanks so much for being here. And
Yeah, Dylan.
Dylan and Vita here, yay!
This is great. Say hello, Garfield.
Yeah. Oh, Cecile, you're like a cat person, right? You like
Oh, yeah.
cats. So our friend Dylan has an adorable cat named Garfield, who really looks like Garfield. So
Oh,
cute.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best.
We always, every time we went for a walk and we saw a cat like outside, I remember we always were like, oh, little kitty. But I remember you especially always like talked about wanting a little kitty friend.
Yep.
So, yeah, they're so cute.
Not much has changed.
It's not a bad thing. And our friends Joni and Alicia, who were just watching, they have a couple dogs and cats with adorable names.
Emma Sunshine.
Yeah, they have a dog
Emma
named
Sunshine.
Emma Sunshine. I think I'm trying to remember if it's one of your dogs or cats who's named Jazzy Jupiter. I love that.
This is great.
Joni and Alicia are some friends of ours who've been watching almost every night now, and we appreciated their support so much.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for all our family and friends. We really, really appreciate that you spend this time with us. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
So I think that's all for tonight. See what I did there? Thank you all so much for being here. We hope you'll tune in again tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Thank you so much. Have a great night and stay safe out there. Or in there. In your
Bye-bye.
house. Bye.
Everybody, thank you.
Cecilia.
Oh yeah, you can stay here with us.